I am honored.
Okay, now we're good.
Yes, I.
All right, so you want to open us up, Star?
Hey, long time since we've come together like this in this spaces like this, man. A lot has happened since last time we converged in the techno realm.
True, true.
But I am the one and only Rasta man Naya, and I'm blessed by my big brother, my elder brother Ross. You asked me for do I have permission to continue to speak? I think you got me
Oh,
about a couple years.
please, Star.
All right, all right. So probably wondering why we troubling y'all in these times. I smell it in the air.
Mm,
You know what I smell?
what's that?
This is cop and flip season, King. Oh,
Uh,
I smell the cop and flip in the air.
all right.
Hey, you don't smell that?
Yeah, I hear it. I feel it.
Hey, I feel it. I
Yeah, I'm
smell it.
smelling it.
Oh,
I hear you.
it's time. It's
Huh.
time. Been about 2 years since last time you graced the Carolinas in the Southeast quarter,
Yes.
um, igniting this critical mass of ones and ones on this Copland flip
Mm.
ministry. You know, hey, I'm not opposed to reparations, but how Frederick Douglass say, power ain't yielding to nothing but power. So if we think we're gonna get reparated on some handout mission,
Nah, I
there ain't a
ain't
whole
going
lot of
down
there
like
ain't a
that.
whole lot of power with your handout, King.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
There ain't no power in that. Somebody can just slap your hand away and keep it moving. Nah, we go get what's ours. We use this thing right here, and we don't even got to fight these cats with tooth and nail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just need to start thinking for ourselves and put ourselves in position to make the most of these opportunities when they right in our neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, so it's cop and flip season. I am the one and only Rasta Man Naya, just in case you didn't know. Ras Naim of Infinite Treasures representing. I'm blessed and honored to be on the line with my key brethren, key counselor, wise counselor, the master astrologist, the one and only Ross Ben
Yes,
in the place.
sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. And so what we up to, Ross? Hey,
Oh
what we
man.
up to?
Oh man. Here's what I'm saying. Like what we got lined up is a part of this momentum that's been occurring this whole year, where each critical point of this year in Arizona, Pittsburgh, Philly, bam, we've been right there. And we got what?
Right around the corner.
DC, Miami, and Columbia
Coming up before the year seal up.
before the
That's right.
year sealing up. So tell them about this thing bubbling in DC, brother.
So, DC, ain't that your hometown?
It's my hometown, exactly. So we
Hey,
hit
your
your
son is right.
hometown
Hey,
in what was that? April, right? Was it April or May?
it was in April. It was late April. Yes, late
Late
April. The
April.
last weeks of April. Yes.
Late April, we hit your hometown now.
It's only proper that we hit DC 6 months
Hit
later in
DC,
your
brother. Tell
hometown,
them what's
King.
happening.
All right. So if y'all don't know, y'all gotta find out this spot. It's called the Anacostia Art Gallery, run by the legendary BZB, just like it sounds. Capital B, capital Z, capital B. And again, it's interesting the synchronicity, Ross, because we touched it right before we came to Philly to see you. That day we were supposed to collect on the crystal joint thing where right the most high had something else lined up. But this portal opened up preliminary to coming up in there. And I tell you, man, as an artist, as a lover of art, as one of a family where artists are all around me, and I've been to museums my whole life, art festivals my whole life. This particular gallery is like nothing else I've ever experienced in one space.
Mm.
The amount of creative energy in this one spot is right. I'd be surprised if anybody come up in there and they ain't leaving dancing, singing, something you got to do joyfully to release the cumulative effect of inspiration that is just a part of experience in this gallery.
Mm.
You know, my brother Terry put me on. Um, he got a close friend who has been working with the sister BZB for some years. And once he showed his friend the crystal synergy ankhs we created, Infinite Treasures, and she
Mm.
showed curator BZB, they basically summons my brother like, yo, tell your brother come on up in here so we can see what's what. You
Mm.
know, tell him, make him come on. It'll be worth his while.
Mm.
So when we rolled up there right before we came to see you, we stopped, and I'm telling you, it's like a museum in the heart of DC. It's not in like a museum district. It's like in the heart of common people district. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the hood.
Anacostia, Southeast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Southeast DC.
man. DC.
It's in the heart of it's in the pulse of the people. It's embedded right there where the people at, you know? But
Yes,
it's a
absolutely.
sanctuary. It's a sanctuary, man. It's a museum of us, a museum celebrating, observing us, you know? And we get there and she recognized who we was from the door. And we observe in the yard, because even in the yard is all kind of just relics and just phenomenal art. But she stopped me at the door. Like she let Mama Carla come in. She literally put up the stop sign like, yo, where's those ankhs at?
Uh,
I couldn't even enter the gallery unless I had ankh. She was like, because once you come in here, you're gonna get spun out, and we ain't gonna handle what you came up here to do. And I'm glad she had that integrity because like as soon as I got in there, I got spun out, bro.
huh.
It's so much immaculate. I mean, it's a house, traditional DC style, but she don't live there. Every aspect of the house is an implement of art, is an installation of art. The glasses, the plates up in the kitchen cabinets is art. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling fans, everything in the bathroom is art. You know what I'm saying? It's a house packed with art from all over the world, you
Huh.
know? Yeah, man. So it is really something special, you know, and I'm not just saying that to encourage folks to come on my behalf. Even if if the timing don't line up, if you got proximity to DC and you don't make your next path through the Beltway and put Anacostia Art Gallery on there, you're doing yourself a great disservice.
So
And you'll
what are
see,
the
Rock,
dates? When we gonna be up in there, man?
we're gonna be up there next week, and that will count as this October the 15th and the 16th. We're actually gonna touch down on the 14th, which is Friday, but the days that we will be featured at the gallery will be October 15th and 16th. Yeah, this
Saturday and Sunday.
beginning. Yeah, not this one coming, because today
Right.
is what, like the 5th, but the strong beginning after that. Yeah, we're
And
gonna
what's
be in
the
DC.
time on the thing?
The gallery opens at 12 o'clock and closes at 6 o'clock p.m.
All right.
Yeah,
So
she's
now
open. She's
I'm
open
gonna
Friday
edit
through
this
Saturday.
thing. I'm gonna edit this thing and be showing the Anacostia Art Gallery website that's gonna have a lot of the like finer details ones would need. And I'm also gonna show the flyer that was created, so
Nice.
ones will know what it is, you know?
Right. Right. Okay. Yes, I. So yeah, that's what's going on in DC, man. You coming up, my man, my elder, one of the master drummers from South Carolina. He actually from DC too, but he lived down here with us. He's gonna come up. My man Kojo gonna come down. His son is a phenomenal drummer. So it's another convergence taking on a life of its own, Ross. That's all I have to say. You
Well,
know?
I'll give thanks for that.
Yeah, how many times I know you've done some reasonings and lectures in DC, but how many times you've really been officially highlighted in DC? They say a prophet is never recognized in his hometown, bro. How
Well,
many times have you really been properly
I
recognized in
haven't
DC?
been to DC that much, man, to be honest. And the
Okay.
last time I was there, I did consider it a honorable experience. I was able to have a book signing at Sankofa bookstore, Haile Garima's bookstore up at
Okay.
Howard University,
Okay.
across the street from Howard. And of
Nice.
course, I went to Howard. I had privilege, the privileged opportunity to have a class with Haile Garima while a student in Howard School of Communications. And I could definitely say Haile was a master teacher because beyond just learning script writing, which the class was, named. Really, man, I just learned so much about life and my character, my nature, and had an opportunity to see what uh, we say real leadership, like how to really like how to awaken something inside someone that would really get them on purpose and align that purpose with yours. You know, Haile Garima was an amazing teacher. And so to come full circle and have a book signing in his bookstore, it was an honor, you know?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, DC showed up, it was an honor, it was a good welcome home. And you have to know, my great grandfather had a house around the corner. I'm 4 generations deep on one side of my family, 5 generations DC on my other side, right?
Wow.
So, yeah, we talking before the Civil War, my people were in DC in this area.
Wow. Wow.
So, I myself lived there when I went to Howard. So the way, it was a powerful homecoming for me, you know. But
See.
before then, I hadn't really been in DC too much. A lot of because what happened to DC in the late 80s and early 90s is what I see happening in New York now, where the conscious community is being magnetized to Atlanta. So, in the 80s, DC was considered the Mecca. It was Chocolate City.
Right. Right.
It was the hub of consciousness.
Right.
If you wanted something popping culturally, on that Ujama, cooperative economics, collective work and responsibility, yeah, you was coming to DC, you know, and they were attracted to Atlanta by the Olympics. This idea that they was going to make $1 million off the Olympics coming to Atlanta, you know? And, it kind of ceased being that Mecca for a minute, you know, because a lot of the cultured minds made that trek down south, you know?
See.
And instead of me going south, I moved to Philly. This was around the time I ended up at Temple University in the African American Studies Department, studying under Molefe Asante.
All right.
So I didn't make the Atlanta move. I made the Philly move because this was when the war with drugs and the crack epidemic in DC made our communities really hard to live in. And
Wow.
this was before the gentrification. This is, this is what opened the door for the gentrification, just clearing out a whole generation, you know, of ones that would have been continuing. Like I said, I was 4 and 5 generations deep in
Wow.
DC,
Wow.
and it kind of like became a place you ain't want to be for a minute, you know?
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm excited to come forward, you know? And you know, my father lived in Anacostia. Uh I lived on the north side, like I said, Howard Community, 16th Street, what I'm call it, Madams Organ, you know, some call it Adams Morgan. Uh and further up, what they call Uptown. That was the regions I grew up in, you know, but my father lived in the heart of Anacostia, Second and Newcomb for 20, 30 years, you know?
Wow.
And
Wow. So what you say, your DNA blueprint all in that region where we about to revisit, huh?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. You
man.
know,
So
it's
we right.
all local region, you know, and you know, DC, I had the special opportunity of being a young man growing up in Marion Barry's Washington, D.C.
Uh,
I'm one that can say Marion Barry gave me my first job, you know, and those
huh.
that are from that time know what it is
Okay.
because it was a magical time in the city. It was the city that George Clinton sang about when he made an album called Chocolate City, you know? And DC was like 80% of we, you know? And yeah, it was a time where a natural self pride, self awareness, cultural rootedness would naturally be embedded in you because of all of the cultural greatness you would see. Howard being a big part of it, you know,
Right.
and you know, I think what epitomized the magic of it is how Marion Barry could get caught on camera smoking crack and still get reelected mayor, right? You wouldn't really overstand that reality. Like Trump couldn't do that shit, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you couldn't overstand how something like that would go down unless you lived the reality that Marion Barry created for we, you know? And
Mm.
it wasn't until I left DC as a refugee with the war with drugs that I really understood what I was leaving, you know?
Right.
And but it was a big part, made a big part of who I am. And yeah, returning to DC will be like, you know, a part of that thing coming full circle. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. It's prophetic, bro. It's bigger than you and me, man. We syncing up and lining up with these this generational healing, you know? The
Yes.
fact that we touching each other's hometown in the same year, that's way bigger than Nino Brown, King, you know?
Mm,
Yeah, that's generational healing, what you talking about, you know?
yeah. So then
Yeah,
we
man.
also coming to Miami, right?
True. True, true, true. We gonna shoot south. We gotta touch, we're gonna go ahead and hit the Magic City. Why not? At a magical year like this,
Why
you
not?
might as well go ahead and get some of that Magic City magic.
And our good brother Ross Mikey, brother Kwaku. is opening that portal. We're going to be in there November 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Yes, I.
Right? And
Yes, I.
I'm going to throw up the flyer with all the details. And I'm going to also just post the flyer in my community section on YouTube as well. And we're going to put it on our IG, right?
Yeah, man.
And I do, hey, you know, but we're
See.
going to be in Miami the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Yeah, man. Then we're gonna shoot into the Carolinas. And let me double check my dates. I don't got my
It's
calendar. You
the
got your calendar in
18th,
front of you?
19th, and 20th.
That's right.
And
That's
the
right. On this.
18th through the 20th is the gym show. That's why we copping and flipping. It's the
That's
Columbia
what I'm
Gym
saying.
Show.
That's that smell I'm smelling. It's that time of year again, y'all. Look. And this is really a big part of the charge, man. We ain't making a whole lot of money off this thing. I mean, I'm not gonna act like it is not expanding our network and we're just a total loss. It's not that. But, you know, a big part of our spirit as keepers of the crystal vaults, you know, we're accountable for what we know. And, you know, I know that once I started down this road of really getting a deeper connection with nature's blessings, you know, the things that are rendered from the earth, not just based on a superficial, oh, it's shiny or it's this and that, but the actual physics and metaphysics and, you know what I'm saying,
Alchemical
vibration,
synergy.
the alchemical synergy potential that rests within the earth's organs, you know, these portions of the earth that emerge from the womb of creation, you know. And this is really where I and your work has fused, Ross, because you are the scholar, man. You the one that has put so much of this information into a tight perspective. It's no longer okay, like, oh, well, it's just kind of like, you know, hippie metaphysics stuff. Nah, this is science, what we're dealing with. This is chemistry. This is physics. This is modern day technology. You know, we can see clearly how it's being used right now. We can compare that to how it was used before. You had to run electric circuits and wires and all these stations between it. And we're finding that comfortable medium, what we call ancient future technology, you know? And this is really what we're offering. And we're encouraging those amongst us who are wire wrap technicians, those who are Reiki practitioners, those who are massage therapists, and whatever kind of spiritual advisors. Most of y'all are probably going to be working with stones and crystals in your practice. You may not be an artisan where you're making, you know, jewelry and implements and elements out of stone. All we're saying is, why not tap the best resource that comes to your local market at least once a year? My agenda is this. There's enough for everyone. And a lot of reason
Infinite
why we keep
treasure.
coming in last place. Infinite treasures. There's enough for everyone. And the reason why our community be in last place so many times, man, we're waiting for somebody else to give us what's right in front of us. We stand in line overnight. We be fighting out in front of Walmart over some toys for the kids that's going to be irrelevant next year. But we are almost completely absent at the gym shows.
Makes no
And
sense.
then screaming and hollering in public places about reparations.
Makes no
Something don't sound
sense.
right. Something don't make no sense, bro. Something ain't lining up.
It
Especially
don't
when you
make
can go into a gym show with $100, and if you know what you're looking at, right, and you shop wisely with your $100, you can go with 100, come back out and do your little local flea market or local whatever online thing. Your 100 just turn into $1,000.
right.
It's legit. You can do it right in front of their face. Come on, man. I don't
You
know
ain't
too
gonna
many
get
other cop
locked
and flips
up.
like that, Ross.
You ain't putting your
You can
children
do it.
in danger
You could
on the
do it right
street.
in front of their face. You could do it
Right.
right in front of their face, bro.
You're
Matter
gonna
of fact, they're
sell a
gonna be
crack
buying from you
rock, but
too.
you're not gonna sell a sacred rock, you know?
Come on, man.
Don't make
You can get a
sense.
you can get a piece of selenite for $1 and sell it for 5 in the same spot if you know what you got and you know what you're doing. But this is what we saying, man. This is the really the motive behind this thing what we call it in the cop and flip. I ain't no greedy guy. There's enough out here for everyone. So, you know, that's on our shoulders. From we know better, we got to do better. We want to see our community to do better. And right, we got good things. We shop long and hard. We go far and wide. We've been accumulating these things for years. So there's some things that you might not find at the gym show. Maybe we only got them because we got that kind of eye. We've been at this more than half our life. You know, I've been at this 27 years. How long you been at this, Ross?
Man, since really since 89, 88.
Hey, I
That's
bear
when
witness,
this
bro.
thing started jumping off, you know?
Hey, you got some things up in the King's Chamber I can't find at the gym shows no more.
That's right. You right, brethren.
You know what I'm saying? I
You
got
right.
some things up in this crystal vault, bro. It's hard. You've hard fetched to find them nowadays. You know what I mean?
You right,
I'm
brethren.
not saying I'm the only one that got them, but I've been at it long enough to know,
But
like,
you
yo,
know,
what?
the ones in my vault, they not in the marketplace. Yeah,
In the
man.
King's Chamber, them things
They're
ain't
in
for
the
sale. They're not for
museum
auction
right
block.
now. Yeah. But you know, I'm the custodian of them, so that many people can experience them. You know?
Seen. Yes.
Yeah.
I bear witness. I bear witness. Matter of fact, you blessed me up with one of them very sacred, very elusive, very exquisite seraphonite quartz.
Uh,
Oh,
a
man.
quartz. How many people seen a piece of quartz that you could put a magnet to and it stick to the quartz? Yeah, man. That's
Too
seraphonite.
much. That's too much information.
All right, I'm gonna hold up. Yeah, man. But
Yeah, man. But that's how we do,
but
bro.
that's
That's how
why
we get.
when you
Hey,
come
this
to
is
the
the
gym show with us, we put you on to this.
exquisite,
We put you
exclusive,
on because this is where you're gonna get these treasures, you know,
exquisite,
at
exclusive. Yeah,
a value, it ain't gonna break your bank
right.
because it ain't that type of scene, you know.
Ain't you the one to put me onto these at a gym show? I had no idea.
What's that, Covalite?
Uh-uh. That's the epidote that you cop
Oh,
with
yeah.
the magnet.
That's what
Oh,
we
with the
found.
magnet
That epidote was up at the last
in Colombia. This is
in
what I'm trying to tell
Colombia.
you, bro.
What?
Copping and flipping, King.
Uh,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, I ain't in the business of twisting nobody's arm, Ross, Ben. You know me. I'm kind of like you. I think that's why we are tight as we are. I'm really comfortable in my turtle shell.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a big crew. I'm trying to live this life without having to yoke nobody out or having to, you know what I'm saying, leak nobody out because they don't know how to act right around beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep a low profile, man. But I mean, right, to whom much is given, much is required, man. And so for them not know, we just putting it out there. Yeah, cop and flip is coming back around. It's coming forward. You know,
What we doing in
we
the
going to do the
evening? Are we
Southeast tour.
doing something Friday and Saturday night?
Oh, snap. We sure are doing something Friday, Saturday night when we get to Columbia. My man Cooley G got the spot. If y'all in Columbia, Cooley got the spot. Last time Ross was down here, we tried to go catch Cooley on the grand opening, but it was we were a few days early. We were a strength early. But Cooley is up and popping now, man. He got the lovely island grill, Caribbean style food, and Cooley is a same way, a seasoned musician. He got the dance hall connected right to the restaurant. So we're gonna make use of that space to facilitate, you know, Ross been a reasoning on his latest release, Knowledge of the No Mo. Boom! Last time he came down, he was tantalizing our taste buds. Like, yo, the next one I'm about to drop it. By the time when I leave here, I'm going to Philly. Next thing I'm gonna do is seal up this Knowledge of the No Mo. So Knowledge of the No Mo is already out, and Ross is gonna bless us up Friday night with the with the details and the nooks and the crannies of the Knowledge of the No Mo. And then the following night, Saturday night, we're going to revisit the House of Hathor. House of Hathor, brother Jimmy, sister Angie. They hosted Ross last time he was in. And that's where Ross offered his forecast for 2021. That was the first offering of the 2021 forecast here in Columbia, South Carolina. So we're going to revisit that same theme. We're going to revisit that same tradition when we hit the House of Hathor on Saturday night. Boom. Ross going to bust the seal, the 2023 forecast. Live and direct here in Colatown first. This is where you're going to hear it first, you know? And we are working on that digital aspect because we know realistically, man, everybody ain't going to be able to make it in person. We tried to do it last time. You know, my digital skills are not even to really be spoken of, but I'm getting better. And I got young ones. They know how to do it. So we may incorporate some young people, but we're gonna work towards seeing maybe if we can set something up on the Patreon side. Cause right, none of this stuff is free, y'all. We're gonna do it with or without that part. But fact of the matter is all these movements, the cost of gas ain't going down, the cost of travel ain't going down. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying? Everybody gotta eat.
reality is, if I go to Florida and South Carolina and then come home and don't have nothing to show for it, yeah, man,
It's a judgment.
I got a judgment facing me. My empress
Yeah,
is gonna be like, what?
right,
Like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I gotta,
right.
you know, I gotta
Balance the
I gotta
scales.
show the empress I wasn't just in Florida and the Carolinas soaking up sun and recharging my melanin. I have to be able to account for my time and pay a
Yeah, man.
bill or two, you know?
Kings, King's business what you deal with. That's nothing but honorable, King.
Yeah, man.
Honorable. That ain't nothing but an honorable rebel, King. So
Mm.
yeah, no apologies needed. For them not know, they know.
Yeah,
And
man.
so we just saying they was lined up last time to do it. We just didn't have the technological side lined up on our part. But
Yes.
this time, just look forward to that. If you can't reach in person, we will have that piece in place by the time it's time for us to do these things. So yeah, we'll have the pathways to go ahead and pay for your tickets in advance, and then yeah, man, we'll work out those details on the forward. But just giving y'all a vision of what's coming up. You know what I mean? That's all
All
right.
right. Well, give
So
thanks.
go, Congo.
All right, brethren.
You know what
One
it is,
time.
man. The highest love and respect,
Every
guidance,
time.
protection, all the while until such time.
Yes, I.
Selassie,
Much
guide, keep
love
and sustain I.
and
Yes, I.
respect.
I.
Yes, sir.
Bless up.
All right, Star.
All right.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
give thanks, King. I think that was